let's go back to the last week, man. Let's Pusha T, man. I gave my 30-minute talk on the album. Really loved it. Still liking it this week. Continue to listen to it, man. Get more of what we got from what we used to with Push, and he just does it at that next level, man. Where much as you want to, if somebody hating on him because of the cocaine bars, you can't. He's bringing something fresh to it every time. Like much as you hate him and you pray for his downfall, it ain't happened yet. So, but your thoughts on it?
Hey, first and foremost, I'm a huge fan of his music, so this is totally gonna be fan sided. I'm a fan out, then give you kind of what I truly feel when I'm being objective. As a fan, this is everything I could ask for in terms of a project from Pusha T. I got a full-length album with 12 tracks, so even though Daytona was fire, it was 7 songs, it was just quick enough, came right back around, felt like nothing was wasted. Now you come into this, you got 7, 5 more songs, a full-length. How is he really going to do coming off the heels of that being deemed a classic? Because pretty much anybody, whether it's mainstream, underground, middle ground, whatever, whatever type of listener, enjoy Daytona. So what are you going to do this time around with keeping it consistent and true to his theme? What do? You go get your brother Malice out of retirement, and you end the album off with a, with I Pray For You, which they smoked that. They smoked that. I love the production on that. Speaking of production, to me, the production on this thing, as I sit and settle with it, my first listen, I was like, damn, this sounds a little bland. It sounds a little 444-ish, like a little minimalist. You know what I mean? I put it in a whip. Most of it didn't knock in terms of the sound quality. Most of it didn't knock in the car. It just sounded really bland and not mixed too well in terms of their the vocals or the beat sounded hollow. In particular, I'm talking about Dreaming of the Past, the rock and roll joint. So pretty much most of the Kanye produced ones.
I was about to say, you talking about the Kanye.
Yeah.
And I spoke on this for little snippets. I go back last episode, listen to it, but I give you little snippets. I was saying like he never strayed too away from that Pharrell pocket where he sounds the best on, where it has like that sound and with the heavy bass where it's gonna knock a little bit.
Seems like he's sitting in the pocket.
And that's very evident on Brambleton and Let the Smokers Shine the Coupe. Like
now I like Let the Smoker. I like it. You know what I mean? Like I can deal with that because again, we listen to a lot of underground shit, and a lot of underground shit don't have all of that bass and the, extra shit going on with it. It's normally loops and the guy or gal's vocals kind of sitting really close to that. Like those are easier to mix because it doesn't have as much going on. But sometimes when you do have more going on with certain voices, it sits a little bit better in the mix. It's a lot more easier. That I've found out myself as I've recorded, like the more bass and boom in it, you know what I mean? My light voice sits better into it. The more like Let the Smoker Shine the Coupe type beats where it was like stripped down, that's where you got to really be a surgeon with your with your mixing, and maybe that's what they were looking for. You know what I mean? So.
And that was like I was saying on the Brambleton, like that'd be like the sense when we're talking about Pharrell, where he I think they do great that synthesizer tone with over that heavy bass, like and that just knock a little bit, like those are where he kills it at. Go ahead.
And I like Pusha on that. I like Pusha on beats to where it sounds fully produced, and when it has other things going on and different transitions and small little nuances in the beat that happen. Like I don't like Pusha on stuff that's like super stripped down. So that's just my preference when I'm listening to Pusha. But nevertheless, this is good production throughout. I think you're nitpicking if you're a producer. Like mostly it's from the producer homies that didn't really rock with the production on it as much. But I don't produce, you know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to it from a lover of hip hop or rap versus or a person that would rap on something like, ooh, I would do this to this or do this to that. So I really do rock with the beats overall, but it took me some time to settle in to them. You know what I mean? Because of course, the bars were going to be there, but sometimes you just need push to kind of settle in with the beats. But as I settle into the album, man, I think I would have led with Let the Smokers Shine the Coupes and then Brambleton. You know what I mean? Like just even with all that said, I think Let the Smoke Shine the Coops is an intro. It grabs your attention right away. Brambleton was still dope in its own way.
He told a story on that, man. He
Right.
told a story of the like the come up and then the downfall, like just hanging with this guy. I think he was talking about his manager on that track.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, he name dropped him. On there.
He didn't name drop him. He didn't name drop him. No,
what's the
he
Landlin? The Landon. One of the guys. Maybe
I don't think he name dropped him.
Maybe it was another
but
track.
I think he he paint that whole picture when he was talking about you was on DJ Vlad, on Vlad TV talking all this stuff. So,
Snitch, remember Snitch? The song Snitch from a few projects ago.
That's not to say that.
Sorry, Ninja.
Pusha don't have no problem just like mentioning names coming out. I mean, he's been doing it for years. I mean, and he still I forget which track it was up in here where he talks about Drake and Wayne where he comes down. I asked you about that. Go ahead.
Okay. So then you got Rock and Roll with Kid Cudi and Kanye West. Probably last time we're gonna hear them until they kiss and make up, which they typically do. They fall out and fall, and they homies, man. So, but as far as overall, man, Open Air was, I'll say, my favorites, man. Just so you remember, I Pray for You and Scrape It Off, man. No, actually, Call My Bluff. 1-800 Call My Bluff. Yeah. So those were the ones that were like deep in the pocket of the album. Those are the ones that I gravitated to the most. But I think Let the Smoke Shine the Coops and Rock and Roll, those ones had my head nodding. Outside of the ones I've already heard. Of course, I heard Hear Me Clearly. We heard Neck and Wrist. I think Jay-Z delivered a really dope verse. But, damn, it's much more to be desired from both of them. You know what I mean? On that track. Like, I never disliked the track at all. It's just like, damn. You know what I mean? For when you get
it's growing on me.
It's
growing on me.
In the context of the album.
Man, a couple songs then I had to ask you about because I didn't have you here last week to talk to you about it. So a couple of lines thrown up in this, man. That
give me the line.
And Push, man. So on Just So You Remember, that's one where he's like on the solo, like he's just rapping by himself on there, nobody else on there. My Joker Smile, you know who the villain is. That's got to be a reference to Drake, right? In the story of Adidon, where he's saying that.
I ain't pick that up. I ain't really getting no Drake energy too much. Like as far as slick bars decoded.
I just felt like he was coming at him on that. He was just like he was painting himself the villain up in that whole song, and especially in that first verse, and just saying it. So when he said that, I was like, well, who is he really talking about? It got to be Drake on that, right? And but yeah, he had a couple bars. The pre-snow we selling white privilege. And the pure snow we selling white privilege. The Book of Blow. Just know I'm the Genesis. Like, man, he had a couple. Yeah. And then on like Call My Bluff, where he said the villains, the killings, no ceilings, I yawn. We specialize in not getting locked up. Akon. That's Wayne, right? That's Wayne, right?
If you could paint it that. I think it was more of a play on Akon, the actual singer line. I think it was more of a play on that, but also a play on how the
villains, the killings, no ceilings.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
We specialize in not getting locked up. Wayne got locked up. Akon.
Okay. But he covered it.
Wayne was locked up
with the Akon.
Wayne was locked up during that time frame, and then Drake tried to step in, right?
It's a case to be made. It's a case to be made. I think the Akon line threw me off. I was like, okay, that was just him locked up, and then talking about kind of like how cats celebrate getting locked up or coming home, like they did time.
I think right after that too, he said, "I don't think people gonna get that reference." Like he said something like, "I don't think."
I got to go back and listen a little bit more. Okay. I can see the conspiracy theory prayers, man. Conspiracy theory prayers, man.
But yeah, that was that, man. You got anything else to say on that album?
No, man. I think that a lot of the dislike for the album or a lot of the critique was warranted in certain aspects. You know what I mean? I mean, I always see everything online on what people like and don't like. So I
Nigga
think it was
over.
warranted, but it wasn't too much negative slander, to be honest with you. It was just
I mean, people
some good.
overanalyze the shit too much. Just enjoy the
Yeah,
music. It
yeah.
was good. It was a good fucking album.
That too.
It's a good
That too.
fucking album.
That you got to get to a certain point with covering these albums and us talking about it to where I'm like, yeah, even with the people I like, I'm like, yo, I enjoy it. Like some of the stuff that I'm annoyed with other people, I'm like, even it's like if you could do equate it to like sports or something like that, like even when certain players have bad games, the top tier guys is a lot better than your favorite rapper. You know what I mean? Like their down games is still 20 and 5. You know what I mean? Like, but when that's your guys' peak, so to speak. You know what I mean? So
it's like the Patriots. They're 19-1 or they're 18-1 run or 19-1 or whatever it was, with Randy Moss, man. That thing was still a thing of beauty to see throughout the year, just them able to
they
toss
just
it
didn't
up
win the
and
championship. They just didn't win the
yeah, yeah,
championship.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
They just didn't win it too.
It's just stuff like that where I see it's like y'all know this is a good project, man. Like y'all know this is a good project. And if you would have got this years ago before you became so over analytical of the music, you know what I mean, to the point where this, you know what I mean? Like I thought Pharrell and Kanye would have did a lot better. I'm like, if this man said he wanted something different, which, a lot of people don't watch interviews and stuff like that, and teach his own, right? You know what I mean? But cats literally go and explain to you what they went in to do. And if it came out how they intended it to come out, I give you some slack. Okay, you intentionally was trying to sound this way. Okay. Now I can listen to it in a different way. Okay, you trying to do this. But at the end of the day, teach his own. If people don't like it, they don't like it. I enjoy this project. So it gets a good, I'd probably say 8 out of 10 for me.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Man, I don't know. I'm still loving it. I ain't gonna give it a number yet, but I'm really loving this album. Pretty sure it's gonna end up on my top 10 somewhere at the end of the year. I'm saying that in May 1st. So I'm already still saying that. I'm pretty sure it's
a
lot more albums, but I'm pretty sure this will probably be up in there.
Yeah. For sure.
All right, let's go off to the next one that came off that week that I didn't speak on. The Blxst.
Okay, yeah, Blxst, man. Like is this like considered his debut album? You know what I mean? Like I'm not sure. Like he don't do much press. He just keep putting out consistent material. He had the joint with Bino Rudeau last year towards I don't forget what time last year. That one was jamming. And then he had dropped something before that. I think he dropped 2 projects, or in 2020 he dropped a project as well. But like they all been dope to me. Like so I'm not sure, man. It's here he got he signed to what? I think this is independent. Red Bull Records, Eagle. I mean, I don't know who that is. So I would assume
Blxst, Before You Go. It's 13 songs, 32 minutes. Cash, tell us what you liked about the album. Tell us which songs you would point people in the direction of, or what you thought was the standout for yourself.
What I like about the album is going back to what we were saying a couple pods ago, to where when we listen to music, you like to feel like you're in that location like it used to be before the world opened up and social media and everything. Like every time I hear Blxst, I feel that springtime vibes. I feel that summertime vibe, and I always feel that bop. And it's never forced. He just in pocket every single time, and it never gets old, even though he does the same type of beats, so to speak, that bouncy Cali thing. But that's what I want from him. If he does something else, ballads or something like that in the future, it just depends on how it's produced and how I'm gonna receive it. But I really love this joint. I like the Fake Love in LA with Aaron Ray. I don't know if you ever listen to Aaron Ray, but I fuck with Aaron Ray and his solo or whatever. So that was, to me, him doing something different than what I typically like him for, and it working for me. So that's why I said that's what was my build up for that. The other joint is Talk to Me Nicely. I like that. The first 3 joints on here, Sky Lounge Music, Never Was Wrong, About You, those 3.
That About You is like, yeah, those 3 are on my list as well. Like those, that 3 string, but that About You is like the one that stands out at the end and like kind of elevates that. Like I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this.
Yeah, and then this ain't too like R&B to the point where it can't be played at a summertime cookout. It can't. It's not like it don't drown down to that level. You know what I mean? He keeps a good balance of keeping the vibes going. You could play this at a day party. You could play this as you're cleaning up, as you're riding around, running errands. This is like multi-purpose album. Like you can listen to this in the morning. You know what I mean? You can listen to it in the afternoon after work when you ride back. You know, so I think this is a Swiss Army knife as far as an artist. Like I'm interested or you know, really looking forward to what he could do moving forward, especially if he gets that big backing. Like the only thing he's missing right now is the look. Is the look from, you know, just the masses, because I think people know who Blxst is, and that's Blxst, BLXST for our listeners, BLXST for our listeners. It's called Before You Go. We probably should have said that in the beginning. You probably did, Perez, but my old man brain don't remember. So if y'all looking for it, but that's what it is. But like I think he's truly dope, man. He sounds like a, you know, a newer version of Nate Dogg, and I know that's high praise, but I could definitely see him crooning a lot of different hooks if that was still a thing. You know what I mean? But I think people gonna start picking up on him because he's picking up some steam. But I just think he needs the big look for more people to gravitate towards his sound because he's really dope.
I did not like the fake love in LA. That's the reason I was shocked that you actually said that, because I didn't feel that song. But that 3-song intro, like you were saying, 6 lounge music, Never Was Wrong About You, man, it kind of sold me on the whole album. But then Pick Your Poison, I like. Every Good Girl, Talk to Me Nicely, and Let It Be Known was a great way to kind of end off the album.
Sorry, one last one. Sometimes with Zachary. So you know Zachary from TDE. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you rock with Zachary's music, but I gotta send you one of Zachary's old projects that I think you would rock out to, that came out maybe 2-3 years ago. So, but just wanted to point that out because I think that was one of my favorite songs as well.
Okay, yeah. Overall, though, yeah, great album, man. I would suggest it if you need that little mix, that R&B mix up in there. This is a great one to throw up in there. I mixed it in with that Pusha T over the past couple of weeks, and you know, just kind of nice little change of pace and everything the whole time. So, yep.
Okay. So what we got next, man? We hopping right back to the bars. Are we getting to the bars?
Yeah, man, let's go with what came out this week. Ransom, man. No Rest for the Wicked. 11 songs, 39 minutes. And I'll let you lead off. Go ahead.
All right, Prez. I'm just gonna be painfully honest, and that's not a negative thing. You know, I love Ran. I love what he's doing. That, like, we always talk about Ran's 2020 run, and just really as our personal getting back into what Ransom does. Like, he was dropping before that, but like for some reason or another, everybody points to 2020, that pandemic year where we was all inside, as the year that Ran truly put his foot back down and just was spitting bars. And him with Griselda and a lot of the other guys, 38 Special, really bringing that type of rap. Rock Marciano bringing this type of lyricism back to the forefront with bars, loops, no drunk, like whatever. This bringing bars back. So I'd like to credit him for that. But his last solo album, Heavy Is the Head, with Big Ghost, for some reason or another, it didn't connect with me like that. Because I know we covered it, but I don't think me and you even talked about it too much. You know what I'm saying? And for him to have the bars to be elite, which they're elite on that project, I kind of was coming into this one. Like, he covered back up with Coupe de Grace with
okay, I was say the last one I was Wrong Streets.
Yeah, but that's the collab tape. I'm just
Heavy
saying.
Is the Head, was that the one that was like all like King theme?
Yeah, King theme.
Like that, right? Yeah. I like that, bro. Like, oh, you crazy.
I don't go back to it at all. Yeah, I just don't. Just, it's probably the beats more so. Just they weren't there for me. Prior to that, 7, you know I love 7. You know what I mean? So it's just what I come to like from Ransom. Coupe de Grace was a nice collab follow up, but now back to No Rest for the Wicked. Boy, oh boy, Prez. As this damn thing started, the Halt, Rituals, 38 Special. Look, 38 Special, man. I've been asleep for too long. I've listened to your stuff, but This verse is a verse that will make people go back and check out who the hell 38 Special is. And that's saying a lot. That's what you should strive to do, especially if, you know what I mean, if you're not as known as the rappers that your album you're on. People know him from the underground. He's producing crazy for a lot of other artists in the underground. So I'm not speaking to people who know. I'm just saying people who's picking up this Ransom album for the first time. That's the type of verse where you're supposed to do your damn thing. So shout out to 38 Special on that. So Rituals, fire. Circumstances, wasn't too big on that. Don't really like. I think they both came with it, just not too big on that song. But after that, Prez, he goes on a fucking run from overnight success to compromise, making it, redemption, captions, and then Imperial Glaciers with Willie the Kid. Like the rest of the album from 4 to 11, smokers lyrically. Like there's no skip. The only skip I got is with The Game. That's the only one I don't like. Everything else, smooth listen. And I went right back around and listened to it twice. That don't happen too often when I'm listening to music. Like I'm normally getting to something else, but your album has to be super duper fire for me to roll through 38 minutes and let it come right back around. Another 38 minutes before I got to Future, before I got to the Kalani, before I got to PJ Morton, all those other albums that I was looking forward to. This came back around at least 3 times before I listened to anything else. So I know permanent rotation music. But as for you, man, what do you got? What were you entertained by?
Man, so I'm feeling the same way you feeling, but the Circumstances I like, and then when it comes out, like when you was talking about featuring the Willie the Kid, I want to just emphasize that a little bit more, man, because I know like the early teens, I used to listen to Willie the Kid heavy, man, when he was on that Absolute Greatness, The Cure, Somewhere, Masterpiece Theater, Living Daylights, and then that Aquamarine. I know I bumped that like a whole hell of a lot, and a couple songs off that, Winter Circles, Mainstream, Freestyle, The Sea Foam, and Marina. So it was, like as a fan of Willie the Kid, listen to a lot of his music, I was just happy to hear him on that song at the end of it all. So yeah, that kind of set it off even more for me. And I just like same thing you saying, I looped it right back around again as well. So
Yo,
that was a lot of his mixtapes and stuff I named out there. So for people who really been listening,
go check out
like
Willie
I said,
the Kid.
those early teens, I kind of fell off a little bit since then. But I know those early teens, I used to listen to Willie the Kid heavy.
I want to shout out the rest of the features though on the album. Beautiful Gravesites, produced by JR. This is a repeat. This was on one of Ransom's previous projects. Kind of think one of the songs that we mentioned and how we got hip to him. And I gotta admit, I was like, yo, shout out, the production was tight. JR, he was like, yo, this old. I was like, oh yeah, it is. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. Like it
just came back in on this one, but like when I actually, like when I was going through it, listen to it the first time, I thought, you know how it goes, like you listen to the album, then it start going into like
you thought
other
it went
music
to you thought it went to something else.
So I was like, what in the world? Like, hold up. And I was like, oh, okay, it's on the album. So yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know that, but shit, so much music, gotta forgive me for that. So yeah, you shouted out Willie the Kid heavy. Tyrant was another one on captions. He came and showed up. I don't know who Tyrant is, but definitely made me, raise an eyebrow. Like I gotta check out what this person has solo, because he went toe to toe with Rand on there. And of course it's not a battle. It ain't nothing like that. But like same thing to when we found out about JR. Like when it make you be like, who's this? You know what I'm saying? I think everybody did that outside of Game on this project. That's
why you keep hitting at that? Like I felt like that Game. I like that song, man. I still like it. I think it's a good collab.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's good. I don't know, man. I left one.
You feel a certain type of way about it. You just mentioned it twice now. Like, yeah, except for the Game.
I'm just being honest, man. That's the one song. That's the one song that when it come on, I'm like, I'm glad Game is second. And then
I don't feel that way at all. I think it's good. I think
the whole past Game. Good. It's good. It's a good verse. Good verse. It's nothing trash. It's just some about
what about it you don't like, Cash? Like what do you think he left on the table?
It ain't the it's more so a blend of both. I'm not sure if I really rock with the beat too much, and I feel like Game ain't stay on topic, man.
No.
Like, so he ended up, he talking about his man Pookie getting shot or whoever the person was in the verse, and but it seemed like he mailed the verse in. Saying like,
not focused.
Yeah, not focused. Mailed the verse in. Like, I mean, damn, dog. Like, have a little bit more respect to stay on topic for the song, man. Like, this sounded like how Game be doing. I be doing them ads and shit like that for 1-800 call a feature type shit. And yeah, I don't like that. Like, at least put some effort into it, making it seem like you guys talked about this feature a little bit, you know. But I think it's not bad rapping. It's just a combination of not staying to the topic, and then also the beat for me was like, I'm cool on the beat. It's not trash. It's just I'm cool on it. So that's the feeling on the album. To be honest, I mean that song Circumstances. But overall, I'm this is in rotation. Redemption. Like, I normally don't tweet and add a rapper. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, I'll say your album's good and I won't at you. I know you get 1 million ats on release day and stuff like that. I try to keep them. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, if people do it, that's love, but I necessarily don't do it. But I had to add it because it's so many quotables on Redemptions, captions, Overnight Success, The Gambler. Like, there's so many captions.
Redemption was the one with the All I Need beat, right?
Yeah. That sounded like,
man. I was just happy that he just like came back and like I'm just like, man, that's that sample just demands you to like other people. Like, I want to hear people spit over that. Like, so yeah,
not a lot of people rap over like a lot of the other songs off Blueprint, not the staples that everybody knows, but like there's that production on Blueprint was fire, man. So I like that. Who produced Redemption? Let me see. Let me get in here and see. Give that person credit. It says Joseph Martinez, man. Joseph Martinez. So shout out to Joseph, man. So that's one of my favorite. That is my favorite song actually on the entire project.
Yeah. So, when I heard that, I played that one like back to back, like that song specifically. Like when I heard that, I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah. That's probably what the album was. Probably more so 45 minutes for me because I get to that song and now it's like on 3-4 times, and like my wife's like, "How many times you gonna have this damn?" Because the bass and the sub is going behind me, and my wife's like, "Yo, how many times you gonna let this fucking song play in a row?" Like that's how much I ran that damn song into the ground, man. So, yep, was up in this motherfucker at 6:30 in the morning, banging out to Ransom. So, but yeah, that's my shit, man. So, fire albums, man. So, again,
that's all. That's all. Well, I got to a couple. I listened to that Future.
Yeah. I listened to the Future as well.
I'm feeling it.
So far, so good, huh? Yeah, I haven't gotten through it like I want to before to give a real. We don't have to give a review. What are you liking so far on there, man? We don't have to give a real review. We just say
the song with Kanye. Dang, because I ain't have nothing written down.
I got it. Keep It Burning.
The song with Young Thug. You ain't like that one.
Okay, For a Nut. Yeah. The questionable bars on there, man. But go ahead.
I mean, that's hip hop, though.
But look. But check this out, Fred. Check this out before you keep going. I'll give you some time to think.
Well, it was the Kodak Black one.
The title. No. I just want to have some fun. Keep It Burning, and then the next song is For a Nut. Like, what's happening here? Like, who's making these decisions? Go ahead. Kodak Black.
Yeah, that one I liked a lot. And then when it came back around at the end to the Drake one, I was feeling that. The Gunna and the 42 Doug too. Like,
what about the Drake features?
Was 42 Doug in that one? Don't I say
no.
As it dropped out.
No 42 Doug, Gunna, and
was it? No. It was Gunna and
Young Thug.
Yeah, ESTG. That's what I'm thinking about.
Ooh, yeah.
Those.
Good God. That guy, he coming, man. He coming. Every time he get on a feature, every time I hear him, like he in the zone right now. So shouts out to him, man. Like, but Yeah, Chickens is a dope one. I'm on one with Drake, the solo feature, and Wait for You. I like both Drake features actually. Yeah, it seems like he brings the best out of Drake for some reason
they
or
do. They
another.
make good music together.
Yeah,
It's
so
like almost like that Kanye and Kid Cudi thing, you know, when they get on the track together. Which, hey, you mentioned you hated on that Pusha T, which
I didn't say I
also, man,
hated it.
that may be the last time we get a Cudi and Pusha.
I didn't say I hated it.
Cudi
I
and
said that's
Kanye.
gonna be the last time that they collaborate. I hate that this is gonna be the last time they collaborate. I didn't say I hate the song. Yeah.
Okay, Sam, but get back on track. Future.
But yeah, let's get back on track. So Future 7:12 p.m. for me, that was one of the ones. You know, Future's always known to set the tone, regardless of how you feel about him on an album, with just coming out the gate saying a lot of witty lines, man. Like for me, if you listen to Future, you know his opening song is normally like is to capture you. That's the whole point of it. Like he takes those intros seriously. So I like that joint. And Puffin' on Zooties. That was another joint that I like sonically. And then after that, man, I'm still getting through the project just to kind of get my feel for it. So, but I'm through the first half, like probably up to the ESTG song, to where I can like really speak on any of those songs. But the latter half, I really haven't given it a chance. Even the second Drake feature, like I can't tell you a whole lot about it. But so far, so good. This will be probably a change of pace project for me. Once I'm done listening to the Pusha T's and the Ransoms of the world, and also I know I got Action Bronson to get to, Alchemist and Derringer produced a lot of the project on that, so I gotta hear Action on Alchemist and Derringer beats. Like I don't think with Action being able to rap as well as he does, he fucks that up in any way, shape, or form. So definitely want to see that through. So. But yeah, I never liked you by Future. So far, so good for me, man.
Okay. Luke had
Deluxe.
Gold Mouth. Yeah, the Deluxe. I think it added like 4 or 5 more songs.
Did you rock with it? Did you listen to it
Yeah,
yet?
I listened to it. Well, I mean, I started off at the end of the album where, like I said, the songs that he added in. So I started off there, and it was like, okay, this is a nice little mix add into it. Then I went back and really listened to the whole album. So
okay, so Luke Goldmouth, spelled with an M-O-U-F, mouth. So go check that out. That's a project that we talked about a lot last year and that we really, really, really enjoyed. I think it made it to both of our top 10s actually, or on either honorable mention. But I know we did a review on it and we mentioned it again. One of us, I think I had him in my top 10 actually too. So, but yeah, man.
He was definitely mine.
Yeah, man. So that's just some of the projects that we listened to actively last week or so. We're gonna get through a few more. I know we had Pooh Shiesty Season Certified. He dropped another. That seems like a deluxe to the deluxe. So he got about 5 years, I believe, Prez. He got sentenced too, so we won't really be hearing too much of him, you know what I mean? So hold your head, man, and hopefully he come out and he's still young enough to really get back in and do something and get back right as far as this music game goes. Wale dropped More About Nothing, mixtape from several years ago. One of the mixtapes that had us fall, not fall in love, but just really start rocking with his music, for lack of better words, back then. So the More About Nothing series, the Seinfeld, the skits, Genius series, all the way up to the album. I think Prez and I have something special as far as bringing back our Only the Classics, and just letting y'all know it'll be a Wale album that me and him enjoy.
Probably going to be attention deficit. Probably need to be that, because I felt like he came out the gate swinging and did an awesome job on that, and then
we got
that trend of mixing with other artists outside of the lane, with the who was her name? Dang. Okay. Go ahead. Keep moving. I'm thinking big time artist, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. That's
was that Lady Gaga on that song?
That was Lady Gaga.
Looking at me.
Lady Gaga.
Okay. But yeah, so yeah, definitely he had a lot of good looks on that, and
yeah.
Man. I don't know. Let's listen to both of them and then make a decision so we can have our Only the Classic joint lined up. And I think that's it, man. Oh, Kerr, Kur, the holdover. He dropped the EP. I mentioned one of his singles called Shiesty a couple weeks ago. So he just randomly popped up on my playlist. And again, when his project dropped, he popped up on my new items. So y'all go check the holdover by Kerr. It's about 6 joint EP. I like it. So far, so good. So I stopped what I was doing to listen to that as well. Anything I missed, Prez? Anything I missed?
Nah, I was just like Curves, man. It's just like rapping nonstop. Pick a beat. He didn't care about the beat. Wasn't rapping on beat and stuff like this. So
no. Straight. I like his style, man. I like his style. I don't know. I got something.
I don't know if like what was the point? What was the point of having a beat at that point? You just
well, one of our favorite artists never rapped on beat too much. He just was doing his own thing. Freeway. Staying in Philly, but he had a unique voice, so that really covered him down. And he had Just Blaze and Kanye and remarkable producers being the backdrop to his shit. So, yeah. I got to get into that Kerr a little bit more, man.
When I was listening to it, I was just like, what's the point of this beat? Just cut it off. Like you saw it, he just rapping like nonstop. It's
but there's a lot of people that do
that.
E40 does it. It's a lot of people that don't rap on beat. Westside Gun does it. Like it's a lot of people that do it.
No attempt whatsoever. It was just like, oh, hey man, I'm going here and I'm rap, man.
Your boy T Grizzly. Your boy T Grizzly is notorious for that shit, and you enjoy it. So see, once he start picking apart my guys, I gotta come back with the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
But yo, man, that's this episode what 159.
159,
man. It's been
back.
Good. We back.
One of us beat COVID, one of us beat allergies. Like, hey, we back in this. We still held on, man. Cash will be moving here over the next couple of months, so you'll get a couple more episodes where we'll try to plan out and have something where both of us on there. But I mean, it's gonna be a couple episodes where it's gonna be me rolling solo again. You know, getting through that a little bit more planned out and. Definitely not as stopped up and sounding weird and stuff like this, but we'll get out those episodes. So, yeah. But everybody who held it down with us and stayed with us and rocking it all the way through, appreciate that last week. And that's it. That's all I got, Cash. Catch you next week.
Peace.